This video is going to be on creating a new constitution. The U.S. Constitution has advanced not only America, but the whole world in liberty and a higher standard of living. I'm thinking we can do better. So this new constitution will create competitive governance, enhance freedom, liberty, rights, liberty and rights. It would give us limited monopolized government. I go into competitive governance, and if you want heavier competitive governance, more like a free enterprise, you can do that. And it will give us this greater free enterprise. So what's the sectors of the Constitution? One of the sectors are going to be, not sectors, one of the areas, articles, if you want to call it that, would be on citizenship. One will be on general laws. One will be on bylaws. One will be the separation between federal, state, and local. And each one of these, each federal, state, and local will have this constitution because it is a state constitution, a local constitution, and a federal constitution all built into one. What's original authority? Who has the power? Individuals, competitive governance. When does monopolized government come into play? Who has that original authority? And when does it have to yield to another part of the Constitution? So we go over that. Supermajority to do a monopolized government is a big part of what this Constitution does. Is to do monopolized government, you have to have 70%. And the judges saying that it is creating a real negative externality. With the parent sector board overseeing the whole system. With the CRA sector board, the monopolized, if it does go up to a 70% vote, to say there's negative externalities, we need to have some monopolized power. Yes, we do have to have some of that. Now, I say less than 10 to 15% of power needs to go up to the monopolized sector board. The competitive regulatory agency, this is where 90% of the power is going to lie. And the rating system, consisting of rating agencies, RAs, they are that's going to be highly important in this system as well. I would say it's probably 20 to 30% of how important this Constitution is the rating systems alone. How we deal with taxation, how we deal with debt, because we're in significant debt in this country. Pockets of freedom, immigration and foreign policy proposal. States partial acceptance per sector. We want to get this done. So if a state does not want to accept every part of this Constitution, there's a partial acceptance provision in this. Separation of responsibilities and authorities into 30 sectors. That's going to be highly important. You see the 30 sectors there, but I go have a video going over each one of these sectors. Everything can be seen at Haley2024.org. It's a long document, probably about 13,000 words, I believe it is. A lot of clauses. It's longer than the current Constitution because I separate government into 30 sectors, and that has a little bit of language in each sector. But it's also talking about limiting government, monopolized government, in so many different ways. So I studied the Constitution. I've read many different cases, a lot of different issues, and I see where our current government is infringing on liberties. So I'm trying to take all the lessons I've learned throughout my life to say, now government can't do that. Or here's how government should be able to do that, but with limited power. Until the next video.